Yay! Okay, so there's nobody in the room right now, so I'm going to go find people. How do I do that? Okay, live. Oh, I have 3 viewers. Wow, hi. Couple of them. So I want to introduce you to the hedgehog. I want to introduce you to Starcat. Hardwipes. Oops. We will be using the box. This one to demonstrate the size of Otter. So, this is the package that we are unboxing now. We can jump straight into it. So on my factor kit page, I am live. That is so cool! Okay, sorry, I don't smell the basket. So, I live in Shanghai. Folks, skin manufacturers is in Suzhou, so they're very close. They're about an hour. They sent me this yesterday, came today. It's very fast to make things, prototype things, manufacture things, ship things out. So if this is good, then I can start manufacturing next week. By the time the backer kit is finished, these will be ready, possibly ready to ship out. So in this little bundle, we got both Capybara Crush, which is going to be on Kickstarter in May, and Otter. It went live yesterday, and we made like $10,000 in one day, which for me, I mean, that's like my yearly income. So thankful for every single person who pledged and shared and excited about this, because Otter is a great game. Been working on this super hard. I always wanted to make, they call them climbing shedding games. Climbing because you're trying to play better cards than the last person, shedding because you're trying to get rid of the cards that you can. Otter is special because you have several different otters you're playing on, which have different rules. Some want to go up, some want to just be even or odd, some want to be up between the other two numbers. There's 5 different otter cards that you can use each game. So combinatorically 10 different games in one. So if you compare part 5, this is Otter. This is a thick baby. I knew it was supposed to be like 1.5 of these, and it might be thicker because I showed you in a moment. Almost the size of 2 boxes. So, adorbs. This is the pocket edition, but this is going inside every deluxe edition. So, I showed you before we open this bag in. So, this is the deluxe edition box for Quick Buy. Otter deluxe box will be exactly the same size. Okay. Moment, even if we make this a little bit bigger, it's just gonna go straight in there. Then we'll have the mat. So this is just the, not the one I made, but the one that factory sent me. So on one side you have this floral fleece, and then the other side you have maybe probably a lot more. So you can get anything that's sufficient in here, and the edge you have all embroidered. The back is non-slippery. Better than neat, so much better than neat. Neoprene's heavy. When you fold it or roll it, it doesn't stay flat. I drink a lot of tea, so I'm like, why don't I just take a tea mat and sell those? If this works, if it works so well, then I can make, everybody can make so many of these, because it's such a good concept. So, you roll this up and roll it into the box. Okay, so first, this is amazing art by Lalamon. The otters she drew and very quickly sketched, printed. There's 5 different little characters. This is starting. It's by me and Lalamon. Let's click at the top. Say otter. On the sides. So it's for 1 to 4 players. We're just trying to find a time and shedding game for 1 player, as you do that. And if you have 2 boxes, you play 8 players. If you have 3, you could play with 12. I haven't tried 12. 8 works okay. There's not much downtime because you're playing. It's like actually like 20 to 30 minutes. The game is strategic, so, and tactical. Whenever it comes to your turn, it's not just like Uno, where like, I guess I gotta play this 1 card. You have some options of what you can do and how you can set up for creature. And yes, let's bust this up. Oh, do you want to see the back? The back, we have the FSC wood, we have the UKCA and the CE thing, you have a link. We will have a link to the rules video, so you don't need to actually read the rule book, although it's very simple this time. And then there was like this a little fall. Yeah. So the directory was saying that the punch outs, which I'll show you, were a little too big. So they were suggesting that we make them smaller. But oh, this looks so nice. Okay, so we have the deck, and we have 3 punches and the other wheels. So if you make the box a tiny tad bit bigger, then we'll use paper wrapper for this instead. Okay, it has stone on one side and then start the deck on the other side. Ooh, this is so pretty. So so it's like shiny. So these are little risers that you can put underneath the head. I'm not even advertising that these are in the game because I didn't know they were going to be so nice. This was just public domain artwork for these. But it was really pretty and fit. So when we're done with this, you could slip them back together and put them back into the box. The rules, so they did a good job knowing that what is the front and back. Oh, they didn't fall for that option. So it should be vertical first and then horizontal. So you have the rules, the setup, you have how to play, you have going across examples. So that's gonna be different than Capybara Crush, which will open afterwards too, because why not? Okay, so details, rules, very nice. You just need to ask them to do this. Yeah, it should be like this, and then fold it. So it's a minor change, and even if they didn't fix it, I would ask the to fix it for them later. So I put these back into the box. I could show you the setup there. Okay. Actually, it's kind of nice having, but I don't want extra plastic that accumulates. There's nothing like opening a box, opening a bag, opening a box, opening a bag. The best experience. It's more for frankly just a little paper spinner. Okay, so I guess you can feel this texture. It's really nice. I'm gonna ask them to do a little bit harder. I should take notes. Okay, number 1, vertical rules. Text. It's not 5. I have a notepad open, and now the notepad has tabs, which is like changing. So I have a million tabs open on Notepad. You see Notepad++. Now, so rules for vertically first. Figure box for now, and deck. One. Color press on the linen texture. So I know like linen texture sounds like they would like to add something to it, but literally they have like a big giant metal thing that pushes into the card sheets before they cut them in. So I want them to push them. That's why you get the nice thing. So this is the little rules summary. People told me not to call it player aid, because then they want like just boom boom boom, which that doesn't help. It's like boom boom, what is boom boom boom? So you got, and this is what you're fighting for. These must be stones. Or in the solo, you're using these to stop and flip otters. You have the otter tails. So there's 3 of these, and each side has a different suit. The fish, stardom, dragon, is it pushed in? Gobsy. Okay, then you got the 5 otter heads. So you have shallow, which is one of the advanced ones. So the sum of all the 3 cards is below 320, or deep, it's above 20. If outside, another advanced card, so the value of the card underneath this is either, I have more people on here, 5 people, hello! I can't see who you are, but I know that you're here, and I appreciate it. Okay, so moving through. I can share. Okay, for everybody who just joined, we are unboxing Otter. This is the pocket box, which will go inside the deluxe box. Here's the rules. There's the box. This is going to be the game mat. That's just the center. Why can't I see the channel? Okay. I'm in the chat room now. If you say something, then I will be able to respond. Okay, so we looked at some of the heads, outside and shallow. You look at the two cards next to it, far and near. If you have a 3 on top of the 10 tile, and you could go far, you could play anything 3 or more away from that. So 6, 7, 8. Near, if you have a 3 to within 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Odd and even, very simple. Doesn't matter what is on the tummy, it's just can only play odd or even there. Or you can always play the suit on the kill. But if you play both, that's if you play an even tab, then you play again. And then classic one, lower, higher. Okay, the deck. So we have craftsman. So these go from 1 to 13. So this is also a 5 suited deck. So if you wanted to play something like the close 2 dice, you can say that the great teams are zeros. I don't have zeros in this stuff right now. We got Todd, just a little guy, and the plushie one. Wait to show you the plushie ones in the thumbnail. We have the fish. We have Sheldon. So we've done this with the purple backgrounds, but then I'm not really good at colors when I had them next to the red ones, especially in some bad lighting. They looked almost the same. So these are supposed to be colorblind safe, at least when, but everything is all coded with all the symbols. You don't need to use the type of colors having. So starting, we did big votes all throughout the year for what art was going to be used. Everybody really liked the little beauty eyes on this one, so it's funny because like everybody has slightly different eyes because we got a lot of samples from Maya. Okay, so that is the deck. If you didn't see the risers, these are little free things that come in the door also. So if you don't want to bring the whole room out, you can use these. And I can show you on my computer. Liquid Dizzy Crunch. Okay, I'm waiting for this to update. Okay, so you have the razor, and you can put that there, or you could put it the other way. So this way, like, we did so much playtesting, and I want like 0% of people to have problems. So this it helps just a little bit so that you can like pick it up, put it down. If it was on the ground, people like this is easy because it's a computer, but nobody has fingernails like I do. So you have risers. On the bottom, you have the foot. In the middle, you have the tummy. And then this tummy pile, there's the 3 different otters, so this is going to go up and up and up. Why are we go away? So yeah, so this is the game. Yeah, so you can have 3 of these. But the mat is a much nicer option than these. So it's comes in the deluxe. This is why you want the deluxe, because you want the best experience when you're playing the game, and the best experience is with the soft mat. And I'll do another video when the sample of this comes. I just paid, what was it, $8 to have them ship it to me, which, so I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but I live in Shanghai, so I can just be like, hey factory, can you send me this? I want to see it, and then in a couple of days it's available. So yeah, so this is the soft, amazing, happy mat which will be used for the game, because then when you have all the heads and tails on it, and these will fit perfectly. 3 of these on here. So this just makes it like super easy. You don't need fingernails, you don't need anything. It's just pick up, flip over. And if you don't know, I'll do a better rules video in the future for the game. But basically, you're trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand, and you can always draw an extra card to flip or swap one of the heads or tails. And you can do that up to 3 times in a turn. So you could set up really big combos, because if you're matching both the head and the tail, you get to keep playing on that otter. Okay. So I still see nobody in the chat, which is okay. I'm gonna post this later so everybody can see stuff. But yeah, I'm so excited. This is beautiful. The deluxe box, I haven't sent in those files yet, but as long as this is good, we'll start producing these, and then we'll split the big box is easy, and then we need to have this done first anyways. Okay, so would you like to see Capybara Crush? This is a game that is coming out in May on Kickstarter from, they call it Micro May. So it's like Pocketopia, but it's specifically made for anything small. It used to just be board games, card games, but they wanted to expand it and make it more versatile. So this one has a little goat in the upper corner. I don't know if you saw the frog and the other one. This one, all 5 suits. So, Sturgeon, Fishing, Todd, Shagan, Catchy. But anyone with clothes it. The good guys just looking at it. So this one has same, but it's goats. And on all their suits. The yuzu fruit, the bird, the goat, the turtle, the squirrel monkey. Okay, so this game is another 8 and up. We tested it with a lot of kids, so it's accessible for families, but it's still a strategy game, so you still need to think and do things in your secret little lane. Especially with Otter, you're learning some math. So in this one, you're trying to get like long chains. So this is a chain of yuzu, this is a chain of frogs, this turtle by itself, little squirrel by itself. You're gonna get 1 point for each of those, which is not good. And you also have backgrounds, so you have like 8 different layers that you're working with. If you like the Azul, if you like Cascadia, if you like the things like that, this is for you. It's lighter than those ones, and faster you get to cable, and I want to say very replayable. Alright, so you have the deck. Each one has a capybara and 3 different things. That's the background. We also have 3 punch boards in this, and the rule book. So they folded this one vertically, but not the other one vertically. And not that good. So yeah, so again, you have the setup. One of the nice things about making 2 games at the same time is everything gets pretty consistent. You have the gameplay, you have the end of the games. On the back of these, I always include the solo rules. Also, if you want to play with more than 4 players, you just put extra decks together. So this one, you can play with drafting rules, you can play unlimited players. The other one, it says unlimited, but you're just limited by how long it takes for each person to play their turn. Oh yes, the variant rules, and there's also a secret game that comes in this. It's called Tricky Bar, which is a trick-taking game that you can play with the deck. So you have these punch-out little stars, which and on the back you have the pieces for Tricky Bar. So you have the green, the chocolate, the coffee, and the strawberry one. Which in the deluxe version of Capybara newer gets. I've always wanted to have like super edible looking pieces, so these ones, you have these like beautiful resin stars, So they look like they're coated candy with the plastic. These, because you have these on your own board, it doesn't matter how close in shade they are. We do have like off-white, we do have the coffee latte, and then we do have the chocolate. I wanted to keep them all tasty looking flavors. So you can either use the ones that come in the pocket box, or the deluxe one will have the big chunky tokens. And then you also have the meeples. So you do not come with the punch-out meeples, but you want to just bring the card game. So you have the capybara, the strawberry one on a flamingo. You have the cream one on a little unicorn. You have the mocha one on a surfboard. You did like this one. And you have the chocolate one and a donut. And this is made by the same artist as Quick Life. So this is like the next stage of that one. And all three of these games together is part of the thing. So including Quick Life today. Yeah, the whole line of games. All the deluxe boxes are the same size, all the pocket boxes are the same size. And I wish I could sell that pocket one on crowdfunding, but because of the American tax situation, it's not safe to do it at the moment. My warehouse sometimes charges $3 an order just to ship them out, and sometimes not. It depends on what America is doing at the moment. So right now, I'm only going to be doing deluxe for the two crowdfunding things. If you are going to Gen Con, I will have the pocket versions there, and hopefully within a year, I'll have them in distribution and sold at stores, but I don't know. Like, my priority right now is to make games. I love making games. I like being a publisher. It wasn't my original plan, but I think I'm good at it, except for the marketing part. But I will get better at that. It's just priority. My priority right now is just print out the games that I have in backlog. I have a lot of really good games. I have hundreds of games that I've made over the years. I've been doing this for more than a decade. But I want to get the games out, and then once people find one game they like in the series, it'll open up the doors to many more. If I spend a lot of time just trying to get them into the stores, trying to get them into the market, I could have just made more games, and really, like, there's like 200 something people already backed Otter in a day. That's amazing to me. I'm super, 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 super happy and thankful, and I feel amazingly blessed. And I don't want to get this feeling where 200 people can make me cry, where making $10,000 is life changing, because it is. I don't want to talk too much about my life, but that's, for somebody living in Shanghai, that's a lot of money. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this adventure. Let's look at some cards. Okay, so this deck, there are 3 different shapes and 5 different suits. So if you have, what is that, 5 times 4 times 3, it is 60. So there's 60 cards. And then divided into 3 different backgrounds. So you have the hot springs, because the capybara is of hot springs. You have the beach, and we have the garden with the petals. And on the back, so on the turn on this game, you can either play another capybara into your herd, or you can play on top of a capybara, because these all go like this. So at the end of the game, you're going to have a line of 8 different capybaras with 8 different credit cards on top of those. And then you see how long the different chains. So good. I've been working on this one a lot this year, and it's just thin. You also have your favorite, so maybe your favorite the yuzu or the little goat, because like look at that great little face. Or you can, there's a variant where you have secret favorites. Made a little score track with little animals that can eat you when it comes solo, because there's also a very good little custom solo mode for this one, because there's so much games when I'm just like testing or going places in. I haven't tested these on an airplane table yet, so I can't promise that. So for Doomcat, which we'll talk more about Doomcat later, that one's like the perfect solo airplane game. So each game of these, you're gonna have 3 different special powers. This game is like super replayable because these powers change the game so much that you're like, okay, cool. I wish the game was like this. And you're like, well, actually there's a card that lets you do exactly what you have to do. So you can swap it. So there's ones that let you switch the cards. There's ones that let you draw extra cards. There's ones that let you move them around, flip them over. So you're gonna have one of each of those. That's 3. And then you also have, you start with this little summary, and then at the end of the game you flip it over so that you have the full score track. And then on that score track you're using these meeples, or hidden tokens, or these are the chit tokens. Pocket version comes with the chits. The deluxe version will come with the win ones. And again, this is going to be on Kickstarter in May. So, and then Otter, as you know, is on Back of It right now. So if you're just joining, really happy to show you again the 5 suits, stars, clams, oysters, may also note shellfish, fish, fishes, a toad, a frog. Frogs are toads. Toads are frogs. It's just a little guy, and so these ones all have the sales product on the back, and then we just, I really wanted to do, so when I did Purfly, I love hedgehogs, and I had all the art made, and the game didn't, the hedgehogs had nothing to do with the game. Like, the game's all about the weather, and it's very cute having the hedgehogs in wet weather, but the original game had the people, and it had hedgehogs as the wild cards, and they set nothing about it in the football group version. But then, after bringing it to the States for the Gamma Expo and Dice Tower West, everybody was like, oh, well, we want this one. But the people who wanted just hedgehog art also didn't like how complicated this one was. So I'm like, we have 2 games now. But hedgehogs, like, there was no thematic relevance for hedgehogs in the game, and I was in a rush and just pushed it on. I'm like, okay, we're doing hedgehogs art, a whole game with hedgehogs. And the rules were so good because I had so many variations. Oh, hi, Eric. Hi there, love, Park Life, and demoed Otter at Gen Con last year. Yeah! Now I've backed Otter 2, can't wait to get my copy. Thank you for demoing it. I think we did 1 or 2 demos a day while we were there, and the feedback we got has made the game perfect. So at Gen Con, I don't know if you remember, after you discard your whole hand, then you remove an otter. Part of my new design philosophy, besides like incorporating the animals better into the game, is to take out stuff that doesn't include the game. So taking, like, oh cool, like there's less otters now, but the game isn't better because there's less otters. Cool, there's like a tiny little tactical change, but it's just, we tested it again and again, and like the combos are still there, but they're just more clean. So it's like, in the Gen Con version, you had restrictions on the feet, like, oh, this one doesn't like fish. This one is like, it likes fish, and it likes to get high. So if you have a card that is higher and fish, you get to go there. And especially for kids, like, playtesting with children is eye-opening, because I like to just say, like, here's the stuff, play, and not explain too hard to this, and just see what they do. And a lot of the times, they will show you all the weaknesses in your design. So yeah, so Hedgehog has nothing to do with Hedgehog, but the otter game where you have the otters with the stuff on their tummy, because that's what the sea otters are famous for. It's so gratifying to play a game about otters where it makes sense. And then for the capybaras, which Eric, for everybody say it, I hope I didn't have this at Gen Con. I met the Cappy people from Brazil, and we had a discussion, and they're like, we want a capybara game. And I'm like, I had these ideas in my head. They're not on paper yet. I'm gonna go home and finish the capybara game. So hopefully, I'm gonna hit them back up and be like, do you want the capybara game in Brazil? And I'll have my agent from Mob the Vanguard talk to them, talk to everybody else in Brazil, do a bidding war, see who gets it, because this game is so good. So good. Daughter, love cards like Hedgehog, she used to be too. That's awesome. But yeah, Capybara and Otter. I'm so happy with it. And sometime this weekend, I'm gonna upload all the print and play files. So if you want to just play it right now, like this weekend or by the beginning of next week, you will be able to. Also, I am working on a playing cards.io mod to put on, and I'm talking to people to put it on Tabletop Simulator and to put it. I haven't talked to anybody for Board Game Arena, but that's in the back of my mind. I would love to put it on Board Game Arena because, and then especially you could play it with 8 players or solo. They're very fast. But yeah, this one it's the balance is really cool. The other rule that we changed after Gen Con was when you finish the round. So before it was just you just keep playing, but people wanted that the round to be finished. I played all my cards. This round is over. So the compromise that I found was the cards you didn't play in your hand you keep. So normally in the game, you're like, oh, cool. Like, right now, I could play 5 different crabs going up, and that gets rid of half my hand. And if we just kept it like the old rules, then it would just be like, yes, you play as many cards as you can whenever you can. But this one little twist where you keep the cards that you already have in your hand and you just draw until you have 10 again. It makes it so you could play those 5, but if you don't think you're going to go out, you shouldn't, because somebody else goes out and then you draw back up to 10 and you have a good hand the next round. So for kids, it teaches patience. So you're learning patience and math, and those are both really good skills to have in this day and age. I mean, forever, it's always been, but, and for adults, like teaching adults patience is my partner's job. So I see how many people struggle, and when they like games because you could think ahead and you're rewarded quickly for being patient. So this one has that too. So you keep your good hand, or you make the gamble and you try to go out and you're just like, I'm gonna get rid of these 5 and then hope that the rest of the round goes well. And when it goes well, it's just like, so good. And if you can keep those 5 until like everybody else has like 1 or 2 cards and you're just like boom, 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 boom. It makes, it's just this wrinkle that adds so many little mind games, and it adds so much choice, and it adds this like little bit of gambling to it that it's my favorite one. I didn't need to put it on the backer kit page, but that is the rule that, like, if I was Jamie Sedmeyer, I'd be like, yeah, this is the best rule in this game. That's not best Jamie Sedmeyer accent. At all. Anyways, let's go through it one more time. So, as you know, we have Otter, which is on backer kit right now, and I don't know, it's over $10,000 yet, almost over 10,000. My mind is blown. This is amazing. We have, and that had 77 cards, including 5 different heads, 3 different tails, 13 cards in 5 different suits. So, can you use that as a... I guess it's not a proper deck. It's okay. 5 different suits, 1 to 13. You could play a lot of 5 suited games with it, even if it doesn't have the ace, which we took out last minute because it's just an unnecessary wrinkle that we might put in if we make an expansion or a companion box. People were asking for the River Otter version, so that's might be the 2026 release. Which might have the aces back. Okay. Those, and if you didn't see it, there's little risers that will come in the box to put your head and your tail on, so it's easier to pick up and flip over. I'm gonna ask them to do less glossy, see if that's an option. We had the rule books, so the Otter rule book, it's just 1 page. So, 1 page, setup, how to play, examples, facts, things to remember, strategy tips, a penalty. So some people really wanted a penalty if we made a mistake. So it's an option, and then you have to draw a card and then undo it. It's nice. I would love a River Otter version. They're my favorites. They're super nice. Sea otters are kind of little monsters. Now that I'm the representative of the sea otter clan, I guess. People are like, oh, they're actually beasts. There's like all this research about. I mean, like, river otters, they make little houses, little dens for their youngins. So they're just so cute. So the frog is in this game because the river otter. So it'll make more sense having the frog with the river otter version. Yeah, the solo rules, which I'll do a live solo play eventually also. The Otter Party, so you can play with unlimited players. I've tested up to 8, if it works. Above that, you move 3 decks, and a lot of downtime, although you could do the Pug Life thing where you have multiple people going at once, but just 8's good. 8's good. Then you have clarifications, and then you have the names. So I'll do a little blog on this one too. So you have, I don't know if this is backwards for you, but okay. So Sheldon Finston, he's not Fishton, but Finston, starting Clausen, not Crabson, Clausen, and Todd. It's really cute names. So Starden and Sheldon are like the names of my stuffed animals when I was a kid. The other 3 are new. So, and we are making Starden and Todd. If there's interest, we might make the other ones. Okay, and then summary for the other stuff. Let's put this back in the box. So we got rules. We got 1. Oh, this is the wrong box. Yes. I'm happy you can hear me. I was afraid that the audio wasn't working. Okay, so put all the little risers together. And there's 3, and they all have slightly different work from the public domain. Dropping in the box. And of course, once you're all getting the deluxe version, so you don't need to keep this box unless you're going on the go, which it's really nice. Like, I love the deluxe versions, and I love having the pocket box inside the deluxe version. Because I could have just like saved some money and put everything inside the deluxe box, but then people had to make a choice. Like, do I want the tiny box or the big box? I'm like, I'm gonna do everything. Because tuck boxes are so convenient to just throw them back. Okay, where's all the cards? Yeah. So these are nice and tidy. So for that. Yeah, and I will be at Gen Con again. I have my own booth. We are bringing as many games as I can ship over to America, so we will have tablet versions of these at Gen Con. We will have limited copies, I think, of Doomcat, some limited copies of Parkway. I don't know what new games, like prototypes, I'm gonna bring. Maybe the Wandering Monsters deck building, that hand management hand game that I've been dreaming about a lot lately. Okay, let's go here. And then the mat, which I will do a special when the mat arrives. Where did he go? Over? On the ground. On the ground! So we didn't have these at Gen Con, but they're amazing. Everything's in the box. Close it up. And then this will have the full art like you've seen on the back of the page. Okay, let's close up Capybara. So, I put little don't throw these away on the punch out thing because you will use these often to save this stuff. Because then you can just put them away into the box very easily. And then I'm gonna show you the stars again. Oh. So right now these are 2.5mm, and I think I'm gonna keep that. I like it a little thick. And then the other ones. So on the back you have the tricky bar icons, which are very useful for tricky bar, which is another trick. So if you like Park Life and you want more trick-taking goodness, Tricky Bar will be secret rules that you can play Capybara Crush with, where you're still making chains of the shapes, but instead of just open drafting, you're kind of bidding to pick a card with a card from your hand, and it's a must follow. So you can, and there's no numbers in the game, so there's the different suits that have the different values, and after you lead with that, then that value changes. So you also have the different values of the suits at the end of the game, which is affected by how often it has been leading. So the more you lead with it, the less it's worth. And the scoring is a little similar to someone on the shelf. Shh. You want to see my shelf? Yeah, let's go look at my shelf. It's just like a bunch of baby stuff and games. So we're at my shelf, and it should be here somewhere. So, I mean, there's just like all these extra pieces. Vitamin D drops for Kaya. Is that it? No. We have Trick Takers, Bridge City Poker, Take the card, Bug Council, Dog Tactics. It should be in this section somewhere. But it's like all multi-layered. Is it down here? Okay, so this shelf has okay, I don't see it. Oh, but do you want to see something funny? I went on to okay. So while I'm showing you something funny, here is the Trick and Trade. So the Tricky Bara has a lot in common with Trick and Trade. So if you like this game and you like the Azul Cascadia kind of spatial puzzle, like, it's good. Okay, so this is funny. So this is Park Life, but the bootleg version. Let's do an unboxing of the bootleg version of Park Life while you're still here. Which is like just me abusing your time. Okay, so it just says Park Life people and then the Chinese name, and it's not even like a real box. They just like give you a little white box. Somebody looks like machine translated the Card Life book, but it's a big book, like in a big box. It's kind of nice. So they still have those things, but they took out the credit section. But they left in the QR code to my webpage with the English rules. So, like, they're not the scummiest bootleggers. There's the player aids in Chinese. And then they stretch out the cards. So the Card Life is, I mean, that's a bad representative, but it is bridge size cards. So they stretch them out to be the thicker cards, which is funny because the print and play files are big. They're the poker size, but the tabletop simulator files were thinner. So somebody, I think, downloaded the tabletop simulators files and then made their own deck out of that. So I mean, it's the same game and it's language independent. So, and it's all the deluxe files for Card Life people in Chinese. But so this is another funny part. They gave you this like little plastic box with little acrylic tokens. So you have little acrylic hawthorn berries and a little acrylic like bust thing. I don't know what this is like based on the Berlin one. But yeah, so I've been bootlegged, which is kind of an honor. Besides the font, that kind of like breaks my heart that it's just like it's like Arial or something. And it's not because Arial is not the good ones. But you get it, just some little random sans font. Okay, so that was the unboxing of Capybara Crush and Otter. Thank you for coming. I will have more videos in the future when we get the proper Otter mat, when we get the plushie. I'll be doing videos later when we get the rest of the Doomcut plushies back, when we get the Doomcut stones, when we get the deluxe boxes for Otter. And this month is gonna be fun. Like, my life goes so fast, and normally I'm very busy with all of it, so I don't have time to share it with anybody. But I'm really happy that you're here, and I'm really happy to share everything I do because I have like one of the best lives ever. Like, I just get to like make games and play games, and it's a really cool job. So I'm excited for you to come with me and see what I'm doing, and thank you for coming. Eric just said it's wild that they would counterfeit a small box card game. It's wild. And I don't know if you remember, but the Kickstarter campaign for Card Life, I was selling it for $3. Like, the pocket version, I was just like, at cost, getting rid of them. And then it's like, way more expensive to get them at the bootleg version. But I mean, they're print on demand. Like, I'm sure they don't have a warehouse full of the small box card games. But it's market demand. Like, if I don't have a Chinese version yet, so I understand why somebody can take advantage of that. And I'm not the only game on there. They took a bunch of different games that was to tabletop simulator files. And if you want that game and can't find it in Chinese already, it's available. So I think a lot about there's a Freakonomics where they were talking about there was needle exchanges for people addicted to drugs to go and get clean needles. But if you're an addict and you want your fix, you're not like, oh, let me go down to the needle exchange right now. You just need a needle when you need a needle. So the people who were picking people up with the drugs would also sell the needles and then get the dirty needles and then bring those ones to give them in exchange. And a lot of people were angry. A lot of these needle exchanges were paid for by textiles. And they were like, people are making a profit from helping people. And economists were like, wait, no, this is good. Like they are providing a service of bringing the noodles to the people who need them, where they are, when they need them. Let them make a profit. Um, they're helping, and like I don't want to justify people making pirated versions, especially as a publisher and designer myself, but I think there's a case to be made that they're expanding the market and expanding the reach of some designers. And um, I mean, I have a translated version of the game, so when I do want to make Chinese, I have a reference on this. But yeah, I still haven't got that yet. So I'm very happy to chat with you today, and it's been about an hour. We started late because I never done streaming before, except on like Facebook. That was so that's hard. If Twitch worked, let me know. If we should go to YouTube. Let me know. I had that set up. So I can start that in the future. They wouldn't let me do it immediately. And that's it. Thank you. Bye bye. See you soon. Thank you.
Otter is a climbing shedding game for 1 to 4 players. Play all your cards first to win. But otters are picky, but you can draw a card to change what they want. All better. There are rules about numbers and rules about suits. As long as you follow both rules, keep playing your turn. If you only follow one rule, it's time for the next player to go. Every turn is like a little puzzle. You'll want to play Otter again and again. Back the game and plush now.